Professor N.B. Singh Sir is presently Dean Research at Sharda University, Greater Noida. Renowned researcher, teacher, and a great human being, he is adorned with several national and international awards, including Humboldt Fellowship, NETS Award, Lifetime Achievement Award for his work in chemistry. Again, a Google will add lot of information about him. Formerly, he was Dean at Gorakhpur University. His area of interest include eutectic alloys, glasses, nanomaterials, cementitious materials, and many more. Now I invite him. His CV is quite long, and due to paucity of time at this virtual platform, now I wish to invite him for
Very
his
good
talk.
afternoon
Professor
to all
N.B.
of
Singh,
you.
sir.
First of all, I would like to congratulate Lucknow University Physics Department and particularly Professor R.K. Shukla and Professor Anchal Srivastava.
Thank you.
To celebrating this International Day of Light. Now, I am basically a chemist. It was a time when light was considered to be a subject of physics only. Now it has become a very important component of chemistry also, and there are a number of branches of chemistry which depends on the use of light. Now, the topic of my talk, as you can see, is photocatalyst and photocatalysis. Light plays a central role in our lives. Light or visible light commonly refers to electromagnetic radiation that can be detected by the human eye, and there is a wide range of a spectrum of the light which is given in this slide. Now, what is photocatalyst? A photocatalyst is a substance that uses light energy to facilitate a chemical reaction, and the most common natural is the chlorophyll of plants is a typical natural photocatalyst. It captures sunlight to turn water and carbon dioxide into oxygen and glucose. You can see it is the reason why, particularly in India, everywhere, every government, every state tries to encourage plantation, because if there are more number of plants, then the carbon dioxide emission can be minimized and global warming can be controlled. Now, photocatalysts in general are of three types. One is metal oxide type, that is containing metal oxide. The second one is non-oxide type of photocatalyst. Third is the metal-free catalyst. Metal oxide, some of the examples are titanium oxide, tantalum oxide, niobium oxide, zirconium oxide, zinc oxide, copper oxide. Then we have mixed metal oxide like bimetallic oxide, indium tantalum oxide, strontium titanium oxide, sodium titanium oxide. Then in the second category, non-oxide, we have oxynitride, sulfide, arsenide, phosphide, solid solutions. And in the metal-free catalyst, we have elemental silicon, polymer, and covalent compound like silicon carbide. Now, photocatalytic properties of a material, as we see in semiconductor, normally in chemistry, we try to use some semiconducting material which can be a good photocatalyst. In semiconductor, photocatalysis, electrons from the valence band of a semiconductor are excited to the conduction band by light if the light energy is greater than the band gap of the semiconductor by light of higher energy than the respective band gap, resulting in the formation of electron in the conduction band and positive hole in the valence band, that is a pair of electron and positive hole. Here we have shown an example of titanium dioxide as a very popular photocatalyst, and when a light beam falls on the surface of the titanium oxide, then electron jumps from the valence band creating positive hole, and it goes to the conduction band and electron is trapped there. Now this electron then combines with oxygen, converting it into superoxide ion radical, and it acts as a reducing agent, and the reduction is there. That is, this superoxide ion combines with the pollutant, which is mostly organic component, and converts it into water and carbon dioxide, whereas the positive hole again combines with water, giving you hydroxyl radical, and this hydroxyl radical combines with the pollutant, and oxidation is taking place, and it is converted to water and carbon dioxide. Now, feature of photocatalyst. There are a number of features of photocatalyst. It should have appropriate band gap. Only then a light of particular wavelength will be responsible. Good photostability, high carrier mobility, correct band edge position, high surface area, and efficient light absorption. That is, a good photocatalyst must possess all these properties which I have shown you for purpose of photocatalysis. Now, photocatalysis applications of nanomaterials. Nowadays, nanomaterials or nanotechnology has become a very important branch of science, particularly all branches of science, and this is being used as a photocatalyst in number of areas. It can be used for degradation of organic compounds like dyes, medical compounds, etc. It has antibacterial activity, and it can be used for food safety also, that is packaging material and other things. It is used for energy production or oxygen reduction. In energy production, this photocatalyst nano size can be used in fuel cell and hydrogen production. Now, this use of photocatalyst is very often used in the purification of water. Now, today, water pollution is playing a very havoc role for human life and environment. So, advantages of photocatalysis system for wastewater treatment. Now, it is active species, wide spectrum of organic contaminants may be degraded, regeneration of the material, reaction takes place at room temperature and pressure, applied for both slurry and immobilized reactors, no need for post-process, reuse of photocatalyst, and non-consumption of expensive oxidizing chemicals. That is, the basic advantage of photocatalyst is that it can be reused many times, and it avoids the consumption of heavy chemical, and it is a very easy way to decontaminate organic compound, particularly dyes, which are coming out in our water system from different industries. Now, I will just give you one example where rhodamine B dye present in the water, it is contaminated, because if the amount of dyes or metal ions or any other pollutant is beyond certain limit, they are very hazardous. And if we expose this solution, water solution of rhodamine dye in presence of certain catalyst, then after 130 minutes, you see that the intensity of the rhodamine dye at 550 absorbance intensity is almost nil. So in 130 minutes, a catalyst can degrade the whole rhodamine dye. Now, number of experiments are being done, and a lot of use of photocatalyst in water remediation and decontamination is being employed. Now, one of the very good application of this semiconductor photocatalyst, particularly titanium dioxide of 20 nanometer size, it can be mixed in the paint, and if it is coated at the surface of wall of building, you see this towering building, then the titanium oxide acts as a photocatalyst, because most of the time the dirt is organic matter. So in the presence of sunlight, which contains 3 to 6% ultraviolet radiation, this titanium dioxide degrades the organic matter, makes it powdery, and when there is a wind and when there is a waterfall, the surface becomes clean. So now in developed countries, particularly for high towering building, the paint is using titanium dioxide so that the cleaning automatically can be made. There is no need of extra effort. Now there is a church in Italy, Church Dives in Macedonia, constructed with nano titanium dioxide self-cleaning. This church is made, I think, before 20 years, and since then it is as clean as it was during the time of building, and there's no repair at the surface, no cleaning. It is only because of the use of nano-sized titanium dioxide, which is acting as a good photocatalyst. Now, number of places in Japan, they are using photocatalyst for cleaning many things. Picture of the number A, you can see picture of the MM towers in Yokohama, Japan, coated with self-cleaning tiles. Picture B of the Matsushita Denso building covered with self-cleaning glass. Picture of the self-cleaning soundproof wall, self-cleaning roof of a train station in Motosomi. So these are the uses of photocatalyst, where without any labor cost or any recurring cost, you can make the things clean. Thank you very much for your attention.
जी सर जी सर आप सर हम
Hello.
जी ठीक है थैंक यू सर
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
प्रोफेसर एमडी सिंह सर के लेक्चर सुन करके ये हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को, नए पार्टिसिपेंट्स को पता चला होगा कि किस लाइट इन केमिस्ट्री as with the advent of high with very small pulse width like femtosecond laser or even lesser, able to determine the reaction rate, that what is happening just inside the test tube after putting another chemical into the first chemical, what is happening, that fast rate that can be monitored by the high femtosecond laser, etc. So thank you, sir. Many thanks to you. And now I would like to change the host over to Sneha. We would be and she